We have an opportunity to embody our mission, to alleviate suffering and poverty where our organization was founded, here in Portland, Oregon. Mercy Corps HQ towers over the Burnside Bridge, yet it is difficult to see the pathway to possibility here, even just outside our doors.
As someone who's been in the field for over 20 years, I would say that the last 5 years, there's been a huge increase of drugs on the street that are more fatal to people that are using. Since the pandemic anyways, we've also had a huge rise of depression, anxiety in an already existing crisis level.
Portland is home not only to Mercy Corps, but also to one of the worst housing crises and one of the highest rates of overdose deaths in the country. Though only 7.2% of Multnomah County's population, Black residents account for more than double their share of those who are houseless. People of color more broadly are overrepresented in this crisis, and the racial disparity has grown wider since 2019. Yet through our programming, through our partnerships, we do not impact or uplift our least fortunate neighbors. Despite rolling back regional direct service programming, we still have a role to play, and we already have the tools to do our part. Through the former AmeriCorps Vista program, we built a partnership with the Mental Health and Addiction Association of Oregon and developed a funding project that yielded over $4 million in grants.
It was a hugely successful project that funded the Recovery Campus, MHAO's training center expansion, and more. Now, as development coordinator for MHAO, I see that the need for mental health and addiction recovery services in Portland has never been higher. There is a level of collective hopelessness around Portland's intersecting addiction, mental health, and housing crises. At MHAO, our peer-to-peer service model, honoring the voice of lived experience, is regionally and nationally recognized for its success. In part due to our collaboration with Mercy Corps, we are expanding on the ground to reach more people in crisis.
Following the pandemic, we repurposed our building and now have underutilized space in the aptly named Action Center. Not long ago, it was a community classroom where we educated local youth about the global scourge of poverty and connected Portland to the world beyond.
And when they come to the Action Center, we really talk about people, because that's what Mercy Corps focuses on.
Today, it sits vacant, awaiting another opportunity to live up to its name. While the facilities and administration team searches for a new tenant to occupy the Action Center, its purpose, according to its original donors, is plain to see.
And 1.2 billion people live below the international extreme poverty line. Why? But the problem isn't just in faraway developing nations. It's right here in our communities and in our homes, and it affects us all. Over 37 million people in the United States are living in poverty, and 500,000 of them are here in Oregon. In fact, Oregon is the third hungriest state in America.
Amidst the epidemic of poverty and despair gripping Portland, we can take action. We can develop a partner-led program and utilize state funding to cover the costs to secure and staff this space, connecting services to unhoused people in and around Old Town.
It would be an honor for Mercy Corps to partner with us in future funding because of the compassion and the projects that you already have been working with over all these years.
For a lot of our outreach teams who are located in Old Town, they're meeting folks outside, they're meeting folks right where they're at, which is really important. But oftentimes it can be really beneficial to have a safe, warm, comfortable space to connect with a peer support specialist. There's things that are just really hard to do when you don't have a base of operations.
There is an overwhelming need for this programming. Several months ago, MHAAO launched a peer support program with Apple, one of our own corporate partners, at its Pioneer Place location. This model has been so successful that Apple is replicating the program in San Francisco and Los Angeles.
So number one, the building itself would be an asset to our current people that are working on the streets and would have a place for someone to take them to. It's less urgent when you're in a building versus in the elements. And that's one of the things that I really like about Mercy Corps is that it is community minded and that it is about being able to see the change.
This is facilitation. This is localization. We can leverage what we already have, draw in resources to fill gaps, and create successes here in Portland too.
We know that every individual journey to recovery helps our entire city to heal.
We have the responsibility to our team members, our program participants, our partners, and our donors to live our mission wherever we are. It's what they would expect from us. Let's take another step on the pathway to possibility to create a more secure, productive Portland right here at home.